11 is actually a better camera than, well, not necessarily, but in some ways, than the new Canon I bought. Well, the Canon is good, I think, for like Zoom photography, but I think for videos and live streams, in some ways this one's better, which is kind of like disappointing, but hey, I bought it, so now I have it. And the shirt I'm wearing is a joke, okay? I wear this shirt occasionally because it was something that my mom bought me a long time ago, like Poison Love Brunettes or something. I don't know. It's a joke shirt. Do not take it seriously. It's just kind of a funny shirt because I'm like, I have dark brown hair, although my hair used to look more black, I think, sometimes. My hair has always been dark brown, but sometimes it just has variations of darker black to it, I feel like. Depends on the day, I guess, but I don't know. I'm just gonna brush out my hair. It's a little pointy-wointy in this live stream is hair brushing. I feel like I could have a better angle. I'm not happy with the angle. I'm trying to use up the last of my detangling spray. I also think too, because I wore my hair in braids a couple times this week, even though braids do give you waviness, I've noticed like if you have wavy hair, because when I wear my hair loose right after washing, or if I keep my hair loose more than braiding it, I've noticed that it's even wavier, which I never thought was possible, but it's interesting that braiding your hair and then brushing it out kind of like elongates it. So my hair, I think, yes, my hair is growing. I think I have a bit of a growth spurt with it, but I think sometimes it looks a little bit more visible when my hair is stretched out a little bit more. Hello to you too. Is this the new one? I don't think this is the newest one. Let's figure out which one is brand new. I don't think this is the newest one. I think that's the one I filled up with water. Just gonna double check. Yeah, this one's definitely more concentrated. And this one, I watered down. But I thought, why not? Why not water it down and use it up? Also, I did put more oil in my hair after I washed it, so maybe that helped. Maybe that was also a contributing factor as to why my hair looks more elongated. I don't know why. I don't know why. Jelly beans. All I know is I need to attack cleaning the house and doing a lot of other things. And yeah, I just was trying to get my appetite back up because, I don't know, like it comes in spurts sometimes and you're like, ah, that sounds good. No, it doesn't, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I know like people, they preach this thing like, you must eat 3 big meals a day, or not big meals, but balanced meals. But, you know, I feel like, okay, maybe for some people that really works, okay? I think there are some people that feel balanced meal must eat them. About like, what you're not having issues with body weight, or like strawberries, maybe a piece of toast, and whatever. Like, I know a lot of men, they're not going to eat like that, but some of us women do eat like that, and whatever. It's not for everybody. It's just for people that prefer to like kind of be more honest about their eating habit. And sometimes I feel like if I ate like a couple of hearty meals, like it's not that I want to skip a meal. I just literally feel a little full. So I can't always be eating like a meal 3 times a day. It's just too much, you know, really. And I feel like if you just want a snack, you're okay. So I don't like follow other people's, like that's what I eat in a day, or listening to how other people eat just isn't helpful to you. You need to figure out, like, just by kind of paying attention, like, does this sound good? And if you feel nauseated one morning when you wake up, do not eat. Like, that doesn't sound good. Like, if you feel like, I usually never feel nauseated, but I don't know. I feel nauseated per se, but I'm just like, maybe I'd rather have coffee and water. It's not the end of the world, buddies. But people who aren't doctors would love to tell you, oh my gosh, you didn't eat 3 meals a day. What are you gonna do? Like, you're just okay. You don't have to. Hello, Renaud. I mean, is there like some mandate that says if you didn't eat your 3 meals, you are in big trouble with the Cookie Monster? Who will not give you a cookie? I'm like, who makes these rules? Just eat intuitively. Like, as long as you don't have like some sort of eating disorder, you're fine. Like, I think people get so weird about this. Filtered water in my little Starbucks cup, a little bit of lemon in it. I don't know, there's just so much like this, that, and the other thing. And then I've been seeing other weird trends on like the TikTok, I guess maybe the Instagram too, instead of like, look, instead of just like maybe drinking water with lemon in it, people are doing water talk where they're pouring like flavor packets in water. And I'm like, how is that healthy? I don't know. That doesn't sound very good. Maybe it works for some people though. I don't know. That's just not something I do. I'd like just put lemon in the water, man. Or have some coffee. I don't know. With your water. Stop like drinking Kool-Aid water. That just doesn't sound good. I did a Kool-Aid experiment with my hair though before, and it was interesting, you know. That was interesting. Oh, merci beaucoup. Chabot is, I think, yeah, that's the extent of my French. I don't want to disappoint you. But très bien. Start getting Spanish and French mixed up though. I took some French in high school. I just really would need to like have a big giant brush up. Did you brush up on your French while learning? Like hair brushing? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je vis à la téléphone. Just not so good. It is just not good at all. Deplorable. No. Cannot speak French. I can't. I try a little bit. Good. The contrast of the orange top and my dark brown hair, right? Kind of a nice contrast. I'm blind as a bat though, so I need to, like, you can't brush your hair with your glasses on, so let me see. Oh, I see you now. Now I'm not blind as a bat for 30 seconds. But you know what? It's kind of like having your own little filter. When you don't have your glasses on and brushing your hair. Like, oh, I have my own little filter. Filter, filter, filter. I like that I'm combing, when I comb my hair, I still see that line kind of where I trim my hair. So I think I will do a hair trim again. I'm not sure exactly when. I keep pushing it out. I'm like, I thought like a couple months ago I might trim my hair again, but it turns out I went from February 28th to November 29th, which was like about 8 months, and now since November, late November, all the way up to May. But I do think I might do a tiny trim on my hair. Maybe, I don't know when. Like, I don't want to cut my hair short. Like, that's not my intention. It will just be to kind of, like, get my ends look a certain way, or to maintain my ends. Because, like I said before, I love having super long hair, but the advice that I would never follow that made me the most unhappy with my hair was, the longer my hair got, I always knew I needed to like trim it here and there. And I was trimming it like maybe every few months actually. And I was really beginning to have a lot of bang in progress with my hair. But I don't know, like some people with like floor length hair, although I never saw the pictures of their hair, but they swore up and down that I needed to go a year without trimming my hair. And that, oh, my hair would reach floor length. And I started becoming very miserable and very like depressed with my hair. Not depressed per se, but I just wasn't happy because like my ends, like the longer your hair gets, you do need to do some trims. Well, I find I do anyway because my hair grows, plus your hair is more fragile the longer it gets. So I think when your hair gets past classic length, yeah, you need to kind of keep up with your trims a little bit. You can't just be like, I'm not going to trim my hair for 10 years. I mean, you could be, but I think you'd be pretty unhappy. Because there is something called breakage, and I know some people with super long hair, like hemline, like if you don't want a hemline, I get it, but having somewhat of an intact hemline, I think, does aid to hair health. So I'm just not going to cater to that crowd who says, never, 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 never trim your hair. I'm like, it's excessive, okay? It's kind of like the people that think you have to cut your hair all the time. And then I think the other excess is people who think you should never trim your hair. I think that's excessive too, you know? It's like, sort of my thought on that. Unless your hair just never grows or something. If your hair doesn't grow, I guess, and you feel like cutting it would just cut all the growth off, maybe. But maybe you need to start taking a vitamin. Let me show you a vitamin you should take. Yes, people should take vitamins. You need some vitamins in your life. So, I need my daily vitamin anyway. And this is the Alive Gummy Vitamin. Yum, yum, yummy. And I eat healthy anyway, but the vitamin, like if you're struggling with hair growth, maybe you should start taking a vitamin, a multivitamin. And these are really good. They're women's under 50, not for pregnant women. This is just the regular woman. Like there's one for plus 50, there's one for pregnant women, and there's just one for women under 50, like the general women's vitamin. And that's what this is. It's really good. It's a plant-based one. It says vegetarian, but it also says dairy-free. So, and it says it's egg-free. It just doesn't say that it's vegan. It says that it's vegetarian. But I love this vitamin. This is the Live Gummy Vitamin. If you just want to increase your hair growth a little bit, or you want to ensure that you're getting enough B12 or all the things that you do need, because you can't eat a healthy diet and maybe be falling short somewhere. And I'm not sponsored by Alive, but this one is really good. Just get it. that eating this vitamin is going to magically make your hair grow, but it will ensure that you don't have deficiencies. Because guess what? The first thing that happens, like if you're having any kind of deficiency, hair will start falling out or not growing, okay? Because hair is considered an extraneous thing. So you want to eat healthy, but those vitamins are, they're not a hair vitamin, they're just a general, oh no, you feeling them. Well, my hair has always been thick, Renaud. My hair has been really super thick. It just probably looks thicker to you because it's shorter than it was back when my hair was super long. You know, but yeah, my hair has always been thick. It's just you couldn't detect the thickness because the way hair works is the longer it gets, like, not all your hair grows to the floor. Like, even with people with floor-length hair, if you take a look at their hair, you know, hair grows in cycles. Not every single hair on your head is in the same cycle. Some are in the anagen phase, and some of them, there's another phase for it. Anyway, I'll look at the phases later, but you can Google it. I don't have my phone. I usually just use my phone to Google things when I'm talking, but I'm using my phone to stream, so I can't do that right now. But there's phases of hair growth. Not every single hair is in the same phase, so when your hair is shorter, it looks thicker because more of your hair has the opportunity to be at the same length, whereas the longer your hair gets, most people don't even have a hair growth cycle where their hair gets to be the length that my hair was, upper calf length. A lot of people do not get to that, and even if you take good care of your hair, I think some of the things that you were seeing with my hair or other people that are approaching knee-length hair, they have some genetics towards that, because yes, there were Victorian women with super long hair, but not all of them had that exact length of hair. Not all Victorian women had knee-length hair. I think if you, like, even Laura Ingalls Wilder, who talks about, like, her hair, I think her hair was knee-length, and she had never cut it, and that, she never described floor-length hair. She said knee-length hair, if I remember right. Well, maybe it was longer than that. I'd have to go back, but I'm pretty sure her hair reached her knees. I don't think it got longer than that. And there were some other women that talked about their hair, but not every single woman's hair, even in Victorian and earlier eras, reached the floor. Like, some people didn't get that long. So yeah, a lot of the way they took care of their hair made it grow longer, but it also has something to do with genetics. So it's a little bit of both. Like, for instance, like some men have a genetic code where they're predisposed towards balding, and they could take an onion. And I've heard about, like, how rosemary, onions, and certain things can promote hair growth, and maybe it does. Maybe onions do. I don't know. As a joke, I rubbed onion on my hairline once, but I would never put it on my scalp. I don't know, but did it do anything? Not really. And then, like, I've heard about bald men who rub onions on their head and they're still bald. So I think some of it's care, eating a proper diet, and there is some evidence that rosemary does stimulate hair growth. Onion, I just don't really completely buy into it. And my thought is, can't you just eat the onions? And maybe that's why people in, like, South Asia have such amazing hair, because they eat onions. You know? That's not the reason, though. That's not the reason. It's genetics. And, you know, some of it's genetics in the way they take care of their hair. You know, but I don't think it's just because of onion, you know. It could help, but I think it's a little bit of everything, you know, that you do cumulatively, but genetics do have a role in it, because some people are never going to be, like, look, genetically, I'm 5'2". I'm not 6'1". So genetically, I had certain genes that predisposed me towards being a little bit shorter, you know? That's what I'm saying. Oh, look, do you want to see you? that? Is that you with the shiny? Well, it's thicker at the ends, dearie. It's shorter. Like, when did I start my hair channel? Think about this. It looks thicker. I think it looks good. I'm not saying you're completely wrong. I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm not saying you couldn't be wrong, but just my hair thickness didn't change. I just know that. I think it's because, yeah, of course, people's hair is going to be thicker at the ends when they cut it because it's growing. I don't know. Anyhow, maybe you're right. I'm not completely dismissing that. You see how I brush my hair though? I think that helps a lot. You see how like you'll see a lot of people just yanking, and it just traumatizes me because I'm like, there'll be women that say they're hairstylists and they're like yanking a brush through their hair, and you can hear it just like tearing through their hair, and they're going as fast as they can go. They're like, oh, I'm being gentle, but they're going super fast, and then I don't know, somebody was saying the other day, you shouldn't wet your hair when you brush it. I'm like, well, I don't know about them, but I definitely wet my hair, and then I take my brush and I keep running water over it, because that makes it a lot easier to brush out your hair. It just does. But maybe it's because I have a wavy hair type hair. I guess maybe people with but I don't think all people with straight hair are this way, but I just feel like, oh my gosh. I think my hair is really stretched out this week because, yeah, wow, okay. I'm blind as a bat, but I need to see something as a blind bat. As a blind bat. I am a blind bat, but yeah. Pretty stretched out compared to how my hair usually is. Now I need to take my glasses off because when you're brushing your hair, I feel like glasses get stuck in your hair. Or for me, they do anyway. Subdivide my hair a little bit better. Feel a little bit to kind of help it along. Hold it. would play music sometimes when I live stream, but nope, I'm not gonna do it because they don't like you to play music on YouTube. They just don't. One time I just reviewed some songs, and sometimes the songs will stay, but most of the time, yeah, no, they're gone. But I always kind of marveled, like, how do certain people get away with it? Like, well, I know Jenna Marbles is not really on YouTube anymore, but I did think it was funny, like, her most viral, most popular video, one about how to trick people into thinking you're pretty. Although she was pretty, I don't know what kind of a video that was, really. But there was definitely copyrighted music on the video, and for some reason it was okay for her to have that. But then other people, like, if they just had a little bit of it wouldn't be allowed. It's just so random. And sometimes on shorts it seems okay, but other times it's not. And then I found the weirdest thing, I don't know. Like, I filmed some content driving up the mountain, and of course, my dad, he just loves, like, I don't know. My dad knows more about modern music than I will ever care to know. I don't know. Music is kind of his obsession. I like music, but he's a little obsessed with music, okay? So he was into Paramore, and I'm like, how do I know when you're into Paramore? Like, what is your obsession with them? But he was obsessed with them, and he was just sharing the CD. Like, I'm not saying, maybe they have a couple good songs, it's just they're not really my cup of tea. But because it was playing on the stereo, and because I recorded something, and before, like, I had uploaded it to YouTube and not even made it live yet, it was saying that Paramore allowed you to use the video, but they would get all, like, the revenue from that video. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I had to make sound to cover up that video, and I'm just like, very silly. But then in other videos, it's kind of allowed, like, or maybe, I don't know, I like other songs better. It's just very random, like what's allowed and what's not. And then a lot of people are using lo-fi music right now, and that's definitely copyrighted. But I don't know, like, how is that allowed or not allowed? So just in general, I just use the YouTube music, which is very, like, just a pre-approved when I make an edited video. But to be honest with you, in general, I don't really feel like I need it, because videos with, I just like listening to music, but videos that have, like, the music in them, it's never music, like, that I feel like people really love. In general, like, I don't know, my taste in music anyway. So it just never feels like that relaxing. It feels kind of distracting. It kind of makes you feel like you're riding an elevator. So in general, I will put some music in some of my videos, but in general, I kind of think, unless it's like a speed up hair tutorial or something, I don't know, having music in the background when you're talking is just kind of distracting. For me, anyway. I just don't think it makes the video more relaxing. Like, the things that people will say are more relaxing, they're not necessarily relaxing. Can you have a different reaction to something that some people say is relaxing? You're like, well, I don't know. That's not relaxing. I don't know. But that's just me. Have you ever tried to brush your hair with a fork? Like, how does that work? Like, let's say you had a plastic fork, right? And you just wanted to see, can it brush your hair? I don't like the way it feels. I mean, it can kind of do the job. Interesting. I don't know. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the way it feels, honestly. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like when you have wavy hair, it kind of... Now, a comb would be different. I feel like when you have a comb kind of just, I don't know, read that. I feel like it kind of just, the comb just kind of glides through your hair a little bit. Okay, so we have the big boy paddly paddler that we haven't used for a while. Let's see what happens when we use the big boy paddly paddler. Okay. Let's do some more running water through the hairbrush. And then do a couple spray rounds. Oh, somebody's gonna complain about the bottle being here. Oh, better move it for their visually complaining hour. I don't really care though, honestly. Just flip-flop sillies. Those silly comments I get. So, yeah, I just... Mood. It depends on what mood I'm in sometimes with those Instagram buddies. Instagram buddies, you know, sometimes they're just very silly, like saying things like, oh my gosh, I love your hair, and then the next day one of them was like, oh, I told the woman that I inspired her to create this hairstyle. I'm like, dude, you just saw me do that hairstyle like a couple days ago. And he's like, oh, but I told her and I told everybody on my page that you inspired me. And I'm like, look, I don't own any hairstyle. I've seen other people do variations of that hairstyle. I just came up with the idea to do it on myself one day, though. And I never said, oh, this dude inspired me to do the hairstyle. Because I would say there's no God that's ever inspired me to do any hairstyle. The only video that kind of, and it wasn't even a hairstyle per se, it was a pencil bun drop. And this guy used to be so weird. He was just weird. Like, he was like, hair looks great in buns. And then I did a beautiful braided bun, and he was just very snobby. As if he has anything to be snobby about. He was like, well, it looks better when it's not braided. It has to be a regular bun. And I'm like, what do you want, man? It was so weird. Like, he had all these specifications about what he thought people should do with their hair, and they didn't even wear bikinis when they made videos. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like, obviously I don't wear bikinis every day, And there's nothing wrong if you want to wear a bikini, but I just don't go around making videos in bikinis. That's just not me. Like, I'm not at the beach. Like, why would I be making videos in bikinis? It's not my style, even. So, I don't know. I love long hair, but at the end of the day, do it for yourself, buddy pals. Do it for yourself, or you'll resent it later. Like, if you're growing your hair for somebody else, you want to be happy. Just like if you cut your hair for somebody else, you wouldn't be happy. I feel a story time coming on. So I was looking at Quora. Quora's kind of like the more, well, there's some naughty stuff on Quora too. Sometimes weird things pop up. But I would say Quora is kind of like the more vanilla version of Reddit. Although Quora is kind of weird because Quora, like, I guess, tries to get people to pay for a subscription to read certain answers from people that are supposedly experts in a field, but you could just find that same information for free on Google, or now with AI, who's gonna pay to read an answer on Quora? I don't see, like, who's paying for that? I don't know, it just seems kind of silly. But they seem like the more vanilla version of Reddit, like, because Reddit can get kind of crazy. There are, like, more subdued parts of Reddit, but Reddit's kind of like bonkers. Like, I don't know. For a while, we were trying to promote our YouTube videos on Reddit. That didn't go very well because, yeah, no. It just didn't. Like, it got weird, and I knew because years before Reddit had been a wacky land. And then, I don't know, I got some weird comments on Reddit, like, I was like, what the heck is this? Although there were a couple that were good responses. Like, one time I shared a video that I made about some Star Trek actress, and the people on that video actually left good comments. And on Reddit too, where I shared the video, but in general, no, Reddit. That thing is crazy sauce. Like, it was crazier. It was more Wild West 10 years ago, but now it's just crazier. I'm like, and then they get mad, unless it's like a YouTube share category. But then I just decided, why am I trying to promote and share? Which I've gone back to my original opinion about any content you create. I'd rather just see if other people want to share it. I don't want to go on Reddit and be like, watch my video, please. Like, if you want to watch it, you'll watch it. Like, I don't think me posting on various Reddit subdomains would, like, help, or subreddit. I don't know. And then I lost Reddit points because I posted something there. Whatever, Reddit, you're a clumper. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't like Reddit all that much. They're pretty weird. Like, I guess there's, like, more vanilla subreddits, of course. But Quora, I would say, is more like a vanilla version of Reddit because, I don't know. I just read something funny on there today, and I was like, what the heck is this? And they want people to pay to read the answers, and I'm like, no, nobody's paying their... They'll go to Reddit for free. Like, if you're thinking about paying for Quora, just go to Reddit. I don't know, either kind of... Just go find real research on your topic. Do not trust people. Like, okay, I still laugh to this day, but I fell for something once, and I can't believe I didn't vet it. I should have vetted it. This was like in 2008 when Obama was running for president, and I was kind of surprised that George Stephanopoulos was on Good Morning America, because I remember he was like a youth spokesperson for the Clinton administration. So I remember reading something, and I actually think it was on Reddit, like 2008, whatnot, about how Bill Clinton had to get rid of George Stephanopoulos because he had some gay crush on him. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I fell for it. I thought, oh my God, did George Stephanopoulos love Bill Clinton? And I think that was just satire, but for a minute, I believed it. Like, for a minute, I thought, oh, is that what happened to George Stephanopoulos? Because you didn't hear about him for a while, and then all of a sudden he's on... Well, I don't know. I didn't follow George Stephanopoulos, like, from the time I was a teenager up until my late 20s. I wasn't, like, really following him to see where he went. I don't know. I wasn't a big George Stephanopoulos fangirl. But anyhow, yeah, do not believe these things on these, like, little message board things. They're crazy sauce. So if you need real information, just avoid all those sites. Oh no. And who is paying to read answers on Quora? I just want to know. Like, I've never, like, they're like, you can pay for our Quora membership. Is there somebody that's like, oh my god, like, here is a place, like, they have the answers that I need, and I can't go on Reddit, but I'm so desperate, I'm going to pay Google to read, like, because I think Quora is affiliated with Google, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Who knows? I'd have to look it up. But anyhow, long story short, I just laughed. I don't sound like a little girl, Renard. I think there's a little bit of a language barrier. There's a little bit of a language barrier there. I'm talking about something that's very politically complex. Does not sound like something a little kid would say at all. Okay? So sometimes people, if they don't speak English, they don't really know what I'm talking about. CC will show up later. But yeah, I was talking about, like, why would people pay for Quora when you have Reddit that's free and they're both trash? Well, not always. Maybe there's some good information on Reddit and Quora, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet my life on it. Anyway, whatever. Those are my opinions on both of those things. Take it or leave it or love it. I don't really care. If you want to be a Reddit fanboy, you go do it. You do it and you pursue it hard and heavy, mister. You go be the cheerleader for Reddit. I just been brushing my hair for 40 minutes. Oh my god. Okay. Yes, I have. I think this is another reason I get hair growth though, because you don't need to do all those like things where you stimulate your scalp with those like little things that people buy. I don't know, just go slower at brushing your hair. It'll do the same ding-dong thing. And then you can wash your hair. Whenever you wash your hair with your fingers. Your fingers. Unless you need one of those things. I think the scalp massaging thing is just like something I don't need to buy. Why would I need to buy that? I could use a fork. Do you see my fork? Ooh, I'm forking my hair. Ooh. It actually feels pretty good. I'm gonna make a smorgasbord after this because I feel like my appetite's coming back. Do you feel it? Do you feel it on the rebound? Wow, look at that. Okay. We're gonna do a hairstyle of some kind. Of course we're gonna do a hairstyle of some kind. That's the whole point of this exercise. I'm gonna go to all this trouble. We're gonna have some sort of hairstyle planned out, mapped out for us. Alright? Alrighty, Rude. think I know what kind of hairstyle I want. I think I know. I think I know what I want. Because I always know what I want. I can't help it. I know what I like. When I was younger, being indecisive was a ding-dong thing. When you get older, you know what you want all the time. It's just some people's chagrin. I'm sorry that I know what I want, but I know what I like. Make up your mind. And I think what happened, this was the difference. I gave myself permission to pursue the things that made me the happiest. Yeah. Because in the past I used to think, well, I need to do this or that, or I would feel unsure about it. And I think sometimes time just eliminates that fear. God, did I make the right decision? Is this a good idea? Well, I don't know. I'm going to find some scratches. Alright, we found 2 scrunchies, and now we'll maybe do some hair brushing. Get our hair nice. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, it's so pretty thick. I love it. I do love it. Yes, I do. You're so silly, Nod. You're a funny guy. Do you like be silly sauce, applesauce for Nod? I think you do. Che bien. So I think in order to feel like I completely, because I felt like a minute ago, but now I'm starting to feel like with all that water, the moisture I put in my hair, I'm starting to feel it like wave up a bit more, which is good, but sometimes you start feeling like it felt like really smoothed out, but then I'm like, oh, before my eyes, look at this, my hair is getting wavier. Do you see that happening? Look at that. It's happening before my eyes. Because this is pretty stretched out hair right now. My hair is super stretched out. I think this brush kind of does the effect of stretching your hair out without having to, you know, use heat. And I never use heat on my hair, but I might be doing a sponsorship soon where I get a free product that I will share with you guys. And it could be cool. I don't know. We'll find out together. Because that's what this channel is about. It's all about the hair journey, right? Hey. I did want to do a video about Syrian Lebanese hairstyling, but the problem is I tried to find out some information, but since I don't really read Arabic, I didn't find much. I mean, I wanted to find out about traditional. I know they wore their hair up and they wore it in braids, but I just wanted to see more pictorial evidence, but I don't think it exists. And yeah, I need to go look at my party. It's kind of like the party on the Red Sea. I know it happened, but I don't have anything to visualize it. I can't visualize the party on the Red Sea. I just know it happened, okay? I know it happened, right? I'm a little bit of a Judeo-Christian, okay? If you don't like that. Like, I do believe in the Red Sea and whatnot. Okay. Anyhow. Like that. I don't want her hair to subdivide it. anytime I feel like something's knotting up, I'll stop. Like some people, they will just go to town and they will go at it. But I'm like, no. If your hair starts like giving or you feel a knot, stop. Stop. Just stop. Okay, I need to look again because I don't know for sure. Straight up. Pretend my eyelids to get it the way I want. Here, maybe you used a fork. I want to see what the back looks like. Okay. Maybe that's the best I'm gonna get. It could be okay. It's not my favorite. It's okay. We'll just kind of put this part up though, so it's out of the way, and that makes it a little bit easier, at least. So, let's start rebrushing this side. Because after you do that, I feel like you kind of have to smooth it back out. I can't see. I'm a little blind back. I can see, but I can't see. Does that make any sense? Maybe not. I can, but I can't. I can, but I can't. I can, but I can't. Anytime I feel like I hit something, stop. Oh, there's gonna be a lady that is so upset that I'm putting my hair in 2 braids. Oh my gosh. Story time. Like, I talked about this the other day, but she was like, oh no. You could not have your hair in 2 braids in a ponytail. Because apparently there's an age limit for that, according to her. And she made all the laws, and you better consult her about it. It's like, okay, whatever. You people are so boring. I just thought that was kind of amusing. I'm like, okay, lady, like, are you for real? Like, really? She was serious. She was very, very serious. Very serious about it, indeed. Wow, okay. This is pretty cool. Like, I feel like, honestly, my hair has been stretched out quite a bit, and I like it. I do like that a lot, actually. Just kind of smooth down. Okay. So now I'm going to take down this other side and kind of brush it into its own little type of style. Okay, so I feel so happy after I brush my hair for a bit. I'm like, you are great, hair. It just makes me feel happier. When I get some Yves Shea lotion to put on my forehead, so I just feel like, I don't use any like edge control or gels or things like that in smoothing down my hair. I know a lot of people use stuff like that, but I don't. I feel like if you put some lotion on your face, or maybe you could get a little bit of oil, I feel like it kind of is the same ding dong thing. Or, if you want, like, you don't really need it, but if you feel like you need it, just dip your fingers in a tiny bit of oil, and it kind of helps. You can, if you want to smooth anything down. But I personally don't feel like I need a lot of heavy duty smoothing. Like some people might feel like they do. I don't know what people want out of life. I just know I'm happy the way I do things, right? But I can't account for how other people want to do things. I just know how I want to do things. Okay? So I can't tell you anything about anybody else but myself. The end. And my hair has been a very intuitive journey process for me, because I'm like, if I want to do this, like, I'm just so one thing doesn't feel very intuitive. Like some hair got kind of curled up. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Am I wrong? Let me take a peeky weeky. Let's see. It's not too bad. It's pretty. Yeah, it's about right, I think. Let's see. It's not too bad. But look at this. The ponytail. When the hair's in a ponytail, it's almost to my elbow. An elbow for me is definitely below waist length. So I'm getting there, right? I see it. I see it. I see it. I see you, hair. I know you're growing. Yeah? You know when you know, you just feel it. Okay, I have a lot of regalia going on. I think I'm going to put some of my regalia away, like that. Let's close the door. I don't know. I don't want to turn on my air conditioner, because I might not be cheap about some things, but one thing I'm cheap about is air conditioning. I barely run it. Because I don't know, if it gets too cold, then you're not comfortable. Well, I'm not anyway. I know people love ice cold environments. Why don't they just move to Oregon or the Arctic? Either one. I feel like if you're gonna live in Southern California, build up your heat tolerance, man. Like, really. Plus, I don't have to pay to go to the sauna, so I can create my own sauna in the bathroom. Seriously, you can, But I do love warm environments. I do. So it might just be me. Probably not you. I did try to push my productivity along today. I ran my dishwasher, cleaned the kitchen, did 2 very gentle, large loads of delicate laundry, because I have a belief that if people would just hang their clothes to dry, it would last longer. I know people are like, oh, clothes are just so less durable nowadays. Well, I think also, yeah, maybe cloth was more durable in some ways, but in other ways, I don't think so. I think a lot of it has to do with like, are you throwing your clothes in the dryer? Do you just wash things on delicate and hang them to dry? Like, just like with heat, like you don't want to use too much heat on your hair. Maybe you don't want to use too much heat on your clothes. You know? I'm not saying never use heat on your hair, because I know some people, they have good results and they're fine. But I think in general, like if you use too much heat on your hair, then yeah, that might be a problem. That's why I don't have any problem with washing my hair in warm water, because I'm like, people are literally putting flat irons that are 350 degrees on their hair, but then they're saying, oh, you need to wash your hair in cold water. Well, maybe they do, but I don't. I wash my hair in warm water, man. Has that prevented my hair from growing? Absolutely not. So look at this. It's done. My hair has grown a lot in a year, right? From a little bit below shoulder length to almost waist length in about a year. In about a year and 2 months. Yes, my hair does grow a little fast, but I like it. It's fun. It is fun, fun, fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. Alma to Weld. Alma to Weld and Alma to Weld. Good night. Well, good afternoon and whatnot.